multitasking. I love the multitasking. I just have YouTube or Netflix in the corner.
From that time, you were already
Yeah,
a feature guy.
I can see you. We're having a conversation.
Yes.
Right?
Sure.
While I see the content.
So the 6DoF is working.
It's working great,
Okay.
yeah. I've seen a lot of demos. This one's very cool. I want to see more like this. The Japanese community is highly engaged. Well, I think Project R is going to sell pretty well.
Welcome to Japan office, first of all.
Thank you very much. I'm RC online. I'm known as UGEplex. I'm a technologist and technology enthusiast. Very enthusiastically recognized on the XREAL Reddit for some of my enthusiasm, including coming to Japan and setting up my first XREAL AR glasses with a camera mount on my shoulder and using multiple applications through my Samsung DeX to walk around Tokyo and translate and stream on Twitch and multiple. I all at the same time. I had my maps up, so I knew where I was going. So everything was being translated. I'm streaming on Twitch. I see chat, and I've got my maps up. I have a little bit of a history with AR VR in the late '90s. I developed some VR applications using lightweight flicker glasses, stereoscopic glasses, for B2B communication. So we created environments for promotion of products that allowed engagement and interaction back then that were as lightweight as what we see now.
Yes.
But they were also tethered, but to big boxes.
Oh, so that was like 90s, late
90s, yeah.
Oh, so they did have that kind
Well,
of.
you had to have a CRT TV.
Right.
Yes, you had to have a compatible fixed display. So you couldn't walk around too much with them, but you had 3D depth, you had images you can overlay, environments you could go into, audio through the glasses. So those were the early days, and I could see the future. I didn't work in that industry consistently, so I ended up seeing XREAL's Air promotion as they launched in the U.S. And I know that there had been another product prior to that, the NREAL Light, which was XREAL's prior name. I was aware of them, but I hadn't seen much engagement on them. And so when I heard the announcement for the Air model, I was enthusiastic and I ordered immediately and I got them. I ended up on the Reddit, and when they switched the Reddit names from NREAL to XREAL, as the company grew, they invited me to be a moderator. I was already moderating or contributing just because I was answering questions. I learned about the tech, I loved the tech, I enjoyed the product, I was using it in ways others were just starting to learn how to use them in those ways. And multitasking, I love the multitasking with DeX and the gaming as well. Watching videos, just everything you can do with them, I love doing with them. The community's just been fantastic. I mean, we get people who are demanding answers, demanding more, but their feedback is what's important. What they're asking for, what they're pointing out that they do like and don't like is what gets passed to XREAL. And then we actually see XREAL responding in features and fixes that come along. Not always as fast as everybody likes, but they do come along, and for the most part. And we see those improvements, and over time, the community has begun to see that as well. I mean, 3D was a request from a long time ago. Higher brightness, wider fields of view. All of those have come in the newer products, as well as ultra wide on the one series.
We have finally made it with our, thanks to our X1 tip. Chip, which is our original manufacturer tips. And also, I think when we launched Air, that was during the COVID, I guess. I think that also stimulated many developers.
People are going to be sitting at home.
They were staying at home and
or taking walks by themselves away from everyone else. That was one of my favorite things to do. wearing the Airs to do my chores and to take walks. I just have YouTube or Netflix in the corner.
From that time, you were already a future guy.
and I had my social media in the other corner, really? And I had the middle of the screen clear. And it's like during the day, I just take walks with the XREALs and keep on top of everything. The community is still there and strong, and I've seen that the Japanese community is highly engaged on Twitter, more so than they used to be more engaged on their Discord, on the Japan XREAL Discord, but maybe a little less so currently. It's all back to Twitter.
Yeah, it's all back to Twitter. I mean, like recently, I think the majority is at X.
Yeah, it's
Twitter.
on X.
Yes.
They're on X. And it's wonderful because I see the things that the XREAL Japan community is doing on X. I see the projects that the developers are working on. I see the experiences they're attending with Hatsune Miku and
exactly.
Yeah, and there was a museum. XREAL's glasses were used at a museum for virtual environments and to conduct tours. And I see the community discussing those things, and it's fantastic.
I just saw that you've been, tried the latest device, XREAL 1S.
Yes, these are all actually mine.
Oh yeah,
they're not props by the company.
Oh really?
These are all mine.
You purchased by yourself. Thank you so much.
I've been enjoying the Diablo series.
Diablo, right?
Yep. Mario World series.
Yeah.
Mario Racing.
So like in Japan, like most of our consumers, they say like just as Zelda series, like open world game, that would be like a best match with our glasses. But like for your perspective, what kind of type of game do you think that suit well with our glasses? Is there like a recommendation?
I don't think there's a limitation.
Oh really?
Yeah. So no, open world games would be great. Actually, Demio. I like tabletop games.
Oh.
I mean, aside from video games being video gaming, I'm also a tabletop gamer.
Right.
So we're talking board games as well as role-playing games. So Dungeons and Dragons, Shadowrun, and things like that. Shadowrun is one of my favorites. But there's a game called Demio. That's basically a Dungeons and Dragons type board game where you control the characters, you control the pieces and whatnot. From an AR or VR perspective, and you can move the pieces where you want them to, and they take actions and do things through an environment, and you can have other people with their AR or VR devices either around you or other places around the world or just down the block.
Yeah.
And they can play with you at the same time. I love that type of thing. So when me and my friends, we game weekly. So we were actually, scheduling didn't work, but we were going to play last Saturday while I'm here.
Right.
Using my phone and the glasses because I can pull up all
so that basically runs on your phone.
Runs on my phone, yeah. Okay. I just pull up Samsung Dex, and I pull up the Wizards D&D app on and I pull up Roll20 on a web browser, and I pull up my PDFs for reference. So I've got my character sheet and reference and PDFs and the board and the game for Dungeons and Dragons.
You do it like simultaneously.
Simultaneously, yeah. Cool. I've got I've got one large window, but I've got three sub windows. Yeah.
I see. Oh, that's actually a new model for us, like for our Japanese local team. Since I do sales and I do suggest how to the use case of our XREAL, but that was a new idea for me. So let me utilize that experience of yours.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Do you also have one series, one series as well?
I have all the XREAL classes.
Oh, really?
Except for the original and real light.
What is your most often used XREAL devices for now? Is it
Currently it's the 1S.
1S, the latest
I'm looking
model.
forward to seeing what the Aura can do, but currently it's the 1S, and also looking forward to seeing the new ROG XREAL R1.
Right.
That sounds exciting. I actually like the 1S better than the 1.
Oh, better than the 1?
Yeah, better than the 1. It feels more comfortable. It's a little better for gaming. So there are benefits to the 1S over the 1 that I've been enjoying. And it's a toss-up for the One Pro because the One Pro has the flatter lenses, has the X prisms, and the wider field of view.
Yes.
But I find these to be more physically comfortable to wear.
Can you like explain again about like what does your current setup look like?
Well, my current setup generally for daily is with my S25 Ultra phone using Samsung DeX.
Right.
Occasionally, I'll use them with my PC, although not as often. That's less frequent. But my daily is DeX for productivity. Some light gaming, I can stream to my phone, and I'll use an external controller.
Right.
From either my PC or my Xbox. I like streaming from my Xbox to the phone with the glasses and an Xbox controller.
As a like remote play.
Remote play, correct.
Cool. Like, how do people around you like typically react to your like when you're wearing AR glasses?
Two types of people. The type that know what they are and are dying to ask me a question, but they're not sure if they should approach me. So you see them looking and constantly looking over,
Right.
and it's like, and I'll be like, yeah, come on, I'll show you, no problem. I'll give them a demonstration, or answer their questions. I'm happy to, and then there are the ones who enthusiastically approach. And again, I'll give them a demonstration, talk to them about the glasses, any information they're looking for, because I kind of know most of it, which is great. Being a moderator, I can help them.
Right.
There are occasionally kids who will spot the light from the displays, and that will fascinate them. And they'll just sit and they'll stare right at me.
right. You're from the outside.
Yes,
Right. Yeah.
So usually that happens. I ride the subway using my XREALs.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
So yeah, playing games, watching videos, whatever I'm doing.
Right.
And so it's like if there's a kid a couple of seats over there, they'll just stare into the glasses.
Compared to the Japanese people here, I think the people from America is pretty more like open-minded. So like in terms of like social acceptance, is it like more accepted in the States? Like how do you feel like compared to regions?
Don't think there's much of a difference. People are people in that respect.
Right.
Most people mind their own business. Most people don't notice because it looks like a pair of glasses unless they... Now, I will say I run the cord under a shirt.
Under a shirt?
I run the cord under the shirt, so it's not so visible.
That looks more like natural.
Correct. So if they don't spot the cord most of the time, they don't notice. Sometimes they'll notice, there's something off. Some people, very few, will think it's a visual aid, like glasses that are some kind of visual aid. But for the most part, there's no response. People, they see it, okay, it's a thing, whatever, and they go about their day. They don't look so weird.
Oh, really?
That in big cities, the only ones that we get noticed are the Air 2 Ultras because they do have two sensors, cameras on the side. Those will get noticed, especially if you're walking into a store or a location or something like that. Once in a rare while, the non-Ultras, if you're walking into a social area, so a bar or something like that, a door person might say no cameras. And if you point out, these don't have cameras.
Yeah, but they won't know.
No, you just tell it. Yeah, these don't have cameras because they think they don't always know what they are, and sometimes they do. When they know what they are, they get it. They kind of go like, the AR glasses. The XREALs. Oh, okay, those are cool. Yeah, and they know those don't have cameras.
Right.
Because their job is to know what does and doesn't have cameras.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So like recently, the Ray-Ban Meta has been pretty a big product in the United States, but actually in Japan, it's banned. It's not banned, but we're not like allowed to import it and do business here. So probably in Japan, if you're wearing Meta Ray-Ban, I think most of the people won't notice. But
privacy is important.
Yes. Exactly.
And cameras make people nervous, and I understand that. And it's another reason I actually like XREAL's products. One of the things I love about the 1 series is that the camera is modular, can be removed, and put back on.
Exactly.
That's fantastic. And maybe if promotion gets out a little more in Japan and the public learns that, or maybe, that not all of the smart glasses or AR glasses have a camera built in. They might be more comfortable. Although I think the day is coming sooner than later that all of the glasses are going to have cameras.
Yes.
And that it's going to become a norm the same way it did with cell phones.
Right.
When cell phones came out started having cameras, we had exactly the same reactions.
Yeah, they had the same trend. Let's move on to our XREAL.
Yes,
more
XREAL.
more internal conversation. What is the current standing and reputation of XREAL in the U.S. market? How would you define or look?
You've heard people who have heard about VR, and the top, 4 companies now are VR in the XR space. Then there's XREAL, which is at the top of the AR XR space. The XREAL name is growing in business circles. A lot of people who try them like them. I mean, I've demonstrated to, I can honestly say, over 1,000 people.
Yeah.
It's been 3 years, and I've gone to conventions and user groups and meetups. So I can say I've demonstrated to over 1,000 people. And
people, cool.
Yeah, probably more. So in the US, I would say that XREAL has a long way to go before the general public knows what they are or who they are. Reputation-wise, reputation has improved significantly.
Right.
There's only one area where you have developers who want more access to the algorithm, to the glasses. This is community.
Yes.
I'm a community guy. I'm going to talk about this. And so I think it would benefit XREAL greatly to create a driver for Windows and for Android.
Right. We want to move to a domestic, Japanese market.
Yes.
The theme of Japanese market. So, are you actually familiar with the current state of AR in Japan? Have you heard some news or topics in Japan?
I have. I follow XREAL Japan.
Yeah, thank you so much.
As I've mentioned earlier, I have seen a lot of enthusiasm from early adopters and developers, and I've seen that XREAL's products have been used at concerts or events with Hatsune Miku and at museums and parks, and I've seen a great many projects that they've been used at that were very public, and the responses were fantastic because I can see online, people talking about them. I went this, I saw this, here are the pictures. I don't know how that translates to awareness in Japan for the general public. I know that XREAL products are in Bic Camera and Yodobashi and other stores. Yep. I know that they had an association with, was it June?
June Ginza.
June
the
Ginza,
prescription
for
lens.
the prescription lenses, which I know at one point actually was promoting XREAL very well.
Exactly.
Because June Ginza was well known. In general, it's always positive. Everything I see is positive, and I see a lot of enthusiasm from the early adopters.
Right.
How much broader that goes, I don't know, but I have seen the general public engage with them.
Right.
And you would be the one to tell me whether or not the sales are good.
The sales, we're actually doing great in Japan. So as XREAL, so there's top 3 country region. The first, basically the China and also the US, and the third comes Japan. So these 3 countries leads actually our sales internally.
Cool.
So so Japan is currently also leading. It's part of our important region. So yes, as you mentioned, the well-known IPs such as Hatsune Miku and other museum projects and stuff. So how do you see these kinds of Japan's content culture influencing the broader adoption of AR?
I think XREAL needs to do a little more IP crossover promotion. I know that in China that there was a Spider-Man XREAL. It doesn't have to be Spider-Man. There are things that are newer and cooler in Japan.
Yes.
But I think more of that needs to be seen in design, the frame attachments are cool, but not enough is done with that.
Yes.
And accessories.
Accessories.
Accessories are important. Speaking of accessories, one of the products Ralph from the U.S. Office and I had spoke about a year before a competitor came out with it was a gaming controller for cell phones that connects to the glasses. Yeah. And I thought XREAL was going to go in that direction, but XREAL's focusing on business.
Business, yeah.
Yes. But for the Japanese market, things like that, I mean, people are on the ketais, you know.
Exactly. And yeah.
Get cables that have sheaths with, you know, promotion. Those are that's easy to manufacture, right?
That should be interesting as well.
Right?
We actually had it's part of accessory, but you know, the lens frame.
Yes.
We actually made like a Hatsune-miku version.
Yes.
Of that. Yeah.
I wanted one of those, but I couldn't get to Japan in time to pick one up.
Oh, really?
But yeah,
I think maybe let me ask my product manager. Just a simple, you know, gift for you.
Yeah, I'd appreciate that.
Okay, let's talk about the developers here in Japan. So we are actually working closely with the local developers here in Japan, but mostly like B2B, like the like the company that has like a XR dedicated department. So how do you think like these types of local partnerships will shape the future of AR, like even in Japan or in the US, globally, anything is fine?
Well, I think they're going to lead to developers who have more experience developing for XR and for XREAL's products. And that will lead to more applications for more businesses and end users and consumers to enjoy down the road as there's more opportunity to explore the functionality of the XREAL products. So there'll be more apps, and if you have more apps, you have a platform.
Right. I think this is kind of gonna like be advice for people who want to try AR glasses for the first time. So, what is the like one piece of advice that you want to give them to ensure that they will have a best possible experience?
These are absolutely fantastic early adopter products. They're still in the early stage, and they're wonderful in their early stage. I've been using them for 3 years. They're great. Don't avoid using them, but get informed before you step into that world.
Just like AI.
Just like AI, just like anything.
Yes.
Everyone should always investigate their products before they buy them. But more specifically because you're looking at products that do not have a large number of sizes, and they have different vision considerations. A lot of people think they have perfect vision, and then they try to use AR products, and they're like, this is blurry. And then they learn, if they go to an optometrist, well, yes, you have very good vision, but you do need some slight alteration, adjustment. And then everything comes into focus. And what comes into focus is how great these are. So learn about them, understand the considerations in advance, and you will have a great time.
What kind of hardware will you recommend? Could it be XREAL One S or?
Well, for end consumers, people who aren't looking to do productivity and, I'm going to say the 1S is just fine for productivity if you don't need more than 1080p,
Exactly, yeah.
Right. There are programmers who say, oh no, I need 2K resolution at the very least. And there is ultra widescreen if you have a device that supports it, if you're connecting to a PC, or you'll get 21.9 with the 1S. So for gaming, for watching videos, they're fantastic. For keeping up with your media, reading manga, which I do. There are a lot of uses, and you can, if you're using something like Samsung DeX, you can do multiple things at a time. There's also the XREAL Beam Pro, and there will be newer products coming out in the future from XREAL, I have no doubt, that will allow you to have multiple screens up
Right.
so that you can be reading your news or on Discord or whatever you're doing, whatever your social media is, while watching a video or gaming at the same time.
Yeah.
And that's pretty cool because I do that now.
Right.
Right?
As you can see here, yeah.
Yes.
That's the whole setup.
Well, yeah, the Beam Pro, the XREAL Beam Pro that I own is sitting over there, and that allows you to have the two screens up as well as many other things. It looks like a phone. It's not. I'd like to see more products from XREAL that actually delve into depth mapping.
Right.
Because that would be cool. Being able to scan objects.
Exactly, yeah.
And then import them as objects, for Android XR in the future.
Definitely, for Android XR. So we do have these two different roads. It's like, like spatial display and spatial computing, which Chi also mentions about that. So in terms of, spatial screen, I think the leading device for now would be the XR One S. But for spatial computing that you mentioned is, I think starting from the Unreal Lite and
to the Ultra.
Yeah, Ultra, L2 Ultra. And in the near future, as you mentioned, we will gonna launch the Android XR, which is, Project Aura.
Yeah.
So for now, I think before launching Project Aura, we will be putting efforts on selling, XR One S for the spatial display.
The One S is great, and if you need wider field of view and fewer reflections, then you get the Pro.
Yeah, the Pro.
The One Pro. Yeah, so it's super cool, and I think Project Aura is going to bring about more of that. I think more developers are going to develop interactive tabletop games with hand gesture control and being able to pick up virtual objects and move them around and roll your virtual dice, and I'm really looking forward to that. And I think there's going to be so much more. I mean,
exactly.
Yeah. Well, I think Project Aura is going to sell pretty well.
Okay.